Hello and welcome to English Vocabulary Matters. Today we're going to do a different kind of video. This is going to be a trivia video. So I'm going to ask you some trivia questions in English and I'll give you 4 different options to choose from. So the objective obviously is to try to guess which is the correct answer. There's going to be 10 questions in total and I'll give you about 10 seconds to think of the answer for each one. Okay, so let's kick off with the first trivia question. Question number 1. A sphinx has the head of a human and the body of which animal? Is it an elephant, a snake, a bear, or a lion? What do you think? Sphinx is obviously a very famous ancient monument which can be found in the capital of Egypt, Cairo. Well, the answer is the last one, a lion. Did you get it right? Well, let's move on to the next question. This time from science. So, question number 2. A light year is a unit of, is it time, momentum, distance, or velocity, which is another name for speed? What do you think? Well, the correct answer is the third one, distance. A light year is the distance that light travels in a year. And given that light travels very fast, approximately 300,000 kilometers per second, you can imagine how far it travels in a whole year. So extremely far. Moving on to question number 3, this time geography. Which city is not the capital of its country? Is it Algiers, Mecca, Dhaka, or Minsk? Do you know the answer? Well, in fact, the correct answer is the second one, Mecca. Mecca is a very important city, but it's not the capital. The capital of Saudi Arabia is Riyadh. Mecca is very important for pilgrimage. Algiers is the capital of Algeria, Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh, and Minsk is the capital of Belarus. Okay, next question now, number 4. Which of these countries is not one of the main producers of coffee? Do you think it's Indonesia, Colombia, Vietnam, or perhaps you think it's South Africa? Do you like coffee? I love a cup of coffee in the morning. Can't do without it. In fact, the correct answer in this case is South Africa, the last one. All of the others produce a lot of coffee. The next question number 5, is history. In which year was Napoleon ultimately defeated? Napoleon obviously is the star of a new film and a very important historic person in the history of France. He was emperor. And when do you think he was defeated? Was it in the year 1819, 1825, 1838, or perhaps you think it was in 1815? Well, the correct answer was the last one, 1815. He was famously exiled to an island in the middle of the Atlantic called St. Helena. And there, ultimately, he died. Some people say he was poisoned. Moving on to the next question. So which of the following is a mythological horse with wings? Was it the Zephyrus? Was it Pegasus? Do you think it was Cerberus? Or perhaps you think it was the Phoenix? Do you know the answer? Well, the correct answer is the second one, Pegasus. Cerberus, I think, was a dog. I think he was the dog that guarded the gates of the underworld. So moving on to the next question, back to geography. Which country does not border the country of Mexico? Is it Guatemala, Belize, USA, or Honduras? Which of those countries do you think is not next to Mexico, does not share a border? Well, the correct answer is Honduras. All of the others share a border with Mexico. Moving on to the next question, this time from the animal world. Which animals have existed on Earth longer than trees? Obviously, trees have been around for a long time, but there is at least one animal that has existed for longer than they have. Do you think it was crocodiles? Perhaps you think it was penguins? Maybe you believe it's sharks? Or do you think it is whales? Well, the correct answer is, in fact, sharks. They've been around for hundreds of millions of years, and they haven't really changed that much in that time. Moving on to the penultimate question, question number 9. When did the construction of the Berlin Wall begin? So the Berlin Wall was a wall that was built to divide Berlin in the aftermath of World War II, particularly when the Cold War between the Soviet Union and the West began to get serious. And the purpose of it was to stop people from escaping the East and moving over to the West. So when do you think it began to be built? Was it in 1954, 1943, 1961, or 1974? Which of those 4 options do you think is the correct answer? Well, in fact, the correct answer is the third one, 1961. And of course, famously, it was torn down in 1989 amidst the uprisings, the collapse of the Soviet Union and the uprisings in the east of Europe. So the last question is about the Roman Empire. Which Roman numeral represents 1000? Do you think it was the letter D, or L, or X, or M? Which of those letters do you think represent the numeral 1000 in the Roman system? Well, in fact, the answer was the last one, M. If you speak Spanish, you'd know that mil is the word for 1000. So obviously mil begins with M. Spanish is a Roman language, so I suppose that would give you a clue. So there you have it. We've reached the end of our quiz. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm probably going to make a few more of these, and if you like it, please click like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.